at this one. So if we were going to graph this, then how are we going to graph this h of x? What is 2? You just focus on the first part. H of x equals 2 if x is less than or equal to 1. What kind of function is 2? Y equals 2. It's a constant function. So it's going to be what kind of a line? It's going to be a who? Straight line. What kind of straight line? All right, write this down. Constant function. Sugar. I'm trying not to say ugly things, so I say weird things instead of ugly things. So I said sugar. Choose your imagination.
That just threw me off.
What?
Just randomly saying sugar just like took me off.
You can't do that. Constant function. Just stay with me, Carlos. Stay with me.
All right.
Horizontal line. The horizontal line is only defined when x is less than or equal to 1. When x is 1. Well, won't that horizontal line be there at 2? Yes or no? Want to be up here at the second little box, right? But it's going to start where? It's going to start at 1, at x equals 1. So at that point right there, will there be a closed or an open circle? How come? Because it's included, it's inclusive, it's got the line. So we're going to draw a dark closed circle. And which way am I going to draw this constant function? To the left, to the right? Both ways?
To the left.
How come?
Because it's less than.
Because it's less than. I want all of the piece of that line that's to the left of x. So I'm going to draw it out here. And I have to throw an arrow on the end. Why? Because it keeps going on forever. So there it is. It's not very neat, but it's there. The next piece is x. Well, what kind of function is that?
It's Barry.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this an Alex Ratliff for early?
Sitting for an early dismissal?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be happy to.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Coming back to third.
Maybe. I don't know why we
Well, you get blood pressure.
Watch the video. See ya. All right, so what kind of function is y equals x? Okay, let's look at it a different way. Take away, of course, h of x is interchangeable with y, right? Okay. Folks, what is the equation? Y equals x. Linear. What kind of linear function? What's the slope of that line? 1, how do you know? Because there's a 1 in front of x. Well, if there's not a number, it's always 1, right? So the slope is 1. Of course, rise over run, correct? Okay. Where am I going to start? Here's the thing. Remember, we can't use calculators. But we can set up, what was the way you learned how to graph before you started punching up that calculator? Do you remember how you learned how to graph without a calculator? Did you graph without a calculator?
No.
In middle school, come on, you graphed without a calculator, surely. Please say somebody. You really did? Are you just trying to not hurt my feelings, Joe? Or for real, you remembered? You really did. Do you remember the XY chart? Oh, yeah, yes. Yes. All right, now, sometimes we have to refer back to this. Folks, you can graph anything as long as you've got this chart and you choose some X values, you plug and chug values. All right? So, where is this? I'm going to have y equals x because that's the function we've got to graph. Does anybody know what y equals x is? You know what that's called? Yes, it's a linear, don't anybody say linear. I know it's a linear function. Do you know what kind of linear function? It's a parent graph, yes. It is the parent graph, but since we were kind of like in slow-mo right now, we're going to remember that we're just going to pick values. All right, now what values are we going to put in here for 1? Typically, I would always go -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. But do I need all those numbers? Where do my numbers need to start? Where do my x values need to start? Look. Focus on this right here.
One.
My x's need to start at 1. Why? Because that's what I'm given. X is greater than 1. Just for think now. Will I have an open or a closed circle when x is 1? An open circle. Okay? So I'm going to put there, open circle. And what other x values do I need? Why? Because it says, hey, x is greater than 1. So let's go with 1, 2, and 3. Let's cut it down so we'll just have 3 values. And let's plug and chug. Folks, if I put x in here, what is y? The same thing. The same thing. The same thing. Because y is equal to x, isn't it? So now we can graph, aha, light bulb, just saw it. Now we can graph at 1, 1, what kind of circle will there be? Open circle. What kind of dot will be, or circle at 2, 2? Closed. And at 3, 3. And at 4, 4. And on and on and on. Folks, what do I need to draw there? I just don't draw a series of dots. I've got to draw what? The line. And I've got to connect the dots and put the arrow on the end. You just drew your first piecewise function.
So is the first dot that you draw always going to be open or equal?
It's going to be whatever you're given. Okay, very good question. Because look at the one I drew here. Here, I had, for the first one, I had to have a closed circle. The second one, I had to have an open circle. It depends on the inequality that you're given. Now, you know where this is not all we're going to be doing, right? This is important, but it's not the most important stuff. What did you just have a quiz on? Domain. Now, think. What's the domain of that function? How come I see an open circle?
It is a closed circle of like overlap.
It is kind of sort of overlapping. When x is 1, think, is 1, x equals 1 included anywhere in that graph? Yes, like Winston said, it's up here. It's included right above it. So every x value over here on the left, all the way over, because we always go left to right, all the way over here, don't flinch just because you see an open circle. It's included right above it. Keep on going, and if you look at your picture, the arrow is going to go all the way over to the right forever and ever. So what is your domain? All reals. Range can be a little tricky. What's the lowest? If we go left to right for domain, then we have to go bottom to top for range, right? What's your lowest most point on this graph? Y equals 1. Do you guys agree? Is that going to be included or not included? Not included. So how am I going to write? So it's going to start at y equals 1 and then to infinity. So how would I write it as an inequality? No line. Why not? Not included. How would I write that as interval notation, y'all? One more time. I'm sorry. You guys agree with that? Do you see, if I give you the picture, would you be able to determine the domain and range? Do you think? Yeah? Most of you? Okay. How about -1? Let's evaluate. F of -1. What's that mean, evaluate? All you have to do is find its corresponding y value. Okay? All we're going to do when it says to evaluate, we're going to find its corresponding y value. Okay? So what's the first x value that I'm kind of concentrating on? Let me ask it again. What is the x value that I'm concentrating on first? It's f of what? So what x value am I concentrating on first? -1. Okay? So let's look at a picture. -1. Where is x equals -1? Here? Okay, go up. Yes? Go up to the line. What's this ordered pair? -1, 2. What's the corresponding y value? 2. So this is x, and that's f of x. Because remember, y and f of x are interchangeable, aren't they? Okay? -1 and 2. Sugar. Nobody wasn't here to distract me. Let's see what f of 4 is. F of 4. You guys agree? 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to the line. What is it? Does everybody agree with that? Yes? Okay, you guys are so loud. You need to be quiet. I can't concentrate. I know you're talking to other classes. What the crap? Come on. Is there another way I could do this? Could I evaluate without a picture? Could I go? What do you mean? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want you to be more specific. Clarify. Okay, you're trying to use the slope formula. If I were finding the slope, that would be beneficial to me. Okay? -1 and 4, right? -1 and 4. What are these values inside the parentheses? Are they x values or y values? X values. Which of these constraints do these two fall under? -1. Is -1 going to fall under x is less than or equal to 1, or is it going to fall under this constraint of x is greater than 1? Where is -1? It works in this one, doesn't it? Well, for all x values, what's the y value have to be? Was our value 2? Yes. Should change. Go to 4. Where is 4 going to fit in? Is it going to fit into the first constraint or the second constraint? Why? Because 4 is greater than 1, won't it? So, 4. If I plug 4 in, what's my y value? Shut your face. Hop on. We can evaluate using the picture. We can evaluate using the piecewise function, can't we? We just have to decide, hey, which constraint does this fall within? Where can I plug this in? Can I plug it into the first piece or the second piece? Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of? Need to practice some more, right? Okay. Can we do another one? Of course. Let's go to the next page. Do you have this one as your next one? All right, now this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. Why? How many different functions do we have? I've got 3 different. What types of functions are they? I've got a, what's first? Quadratic, which means it's going to be a piece of a what? Parabola. Yes. What's the second function? Constant horizontal line, right? What's the third piece? Did you say magic? No, it's not magic. It's easier than that. Why is it? It doesn't look like linear. I'm not questioning you. Tell me that it's a linear function.
Slope formula, n is b, and -1 is.
The -1 is the 1. Yes, that's very clear. Could not rewrite that -x plus 10. Then wouldn't that be a linear function? Yeah. Oh, it's not hard at all. I promise it isn't. I promise it isn't. Okay? Here we go. What are we going to do? Because we're not going to think about this. We're going to do t-chart, those XY charts for all of them. Okay? What's the first one we want to fool with? The first one, which is x squared, right? All right, now, what number am I going to start with? Say it. I'm going to start with 2. Will it be an open or a closed circle? It will be an open. I would draw it just so you'll know, hey, when I plot that point, it has to be an open circle. So what are we going to do? Plug 2 in. What's 2 squared, y'all? 4. What's the next number I'm going to use?
1.
What is it, 3 or 1?
1.
Well, why is it 1?
It's less than
Because it's less than 2, so choose 1. 1 squared is? Okay, I always hold my breath waiting for somebody to say what. Yeah, I always wait. What's my next value? 0. So 0 squared is? Let's go one more just for kicks and giggles. -1 is? What's -1 times -1? Positive 1. Hey, can we plot that now? Yeah. What kind of a picture? What's it going to look like? What's the shape? It's going to be a parabola. And I'm just making notes here, folks. If I were doing this as a quiz, this is what I would do on my own paper. Like it's mental notes. Okay? So let's plot these points. 2, 4. I'm going to go right 2, up 4. Open circle. Thank you. 1, 1. Closed circle. 0, 0. Closed circle. -1, 1. Closed circle. Now, let me ask you, am I going to do this and stop?
So,
Then I'm going to keep going. Why?
to finish it,
Because why?
to make the graph look better,
To why?
so it makes sense in your head.
How do you know it keeps going, Cassie? Because it says it's everything less than 2. It's everything less than 2, so I'm going to go like that, right? Does it have to be in the shape of a parabola? It better be. It better not be a V, because if you put a V there, what am I going to think? I'm going to think it's an absolute value function, and I'm going to go, wrong. You could. And you can make it more accurate, okay? But we're looking at, what are we getting ready to do? We're going to find the domain and range and then evaluate, right? All right, so that one's done. What's the next one? Y is equal to 6. Where do I start? At 2. How did you know? Because it says x is equal to 2, woman. What now? So I'm going to plug 2 in, right? I'm going to plug 2 in, right? Can I plug 2 in? Why not? There's nothing there to plug into. So what's your y value? Oh, how do you know? Because it says it. Smart bitches. Yes. But now, where do I go? What's my next x value?
Any number.
What? It's only, okay. Is it only the number 2, or are there 2 values? It's only the number 2. Why? Because it says x equals 2. Can I put x equals 1 in there? No, it says x for that second piece. It says x is what? If x is 2, then y is what? So what am I plotting for that one? It's just a point. What the crap? What? It is just a point. Is it going to be a closed or an open circle? It's going to be a closed circle at 2, 6. So we'll go right 2, up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Done with that piece. Third piece. 10 minus x. Okay, somebody need to talk to me. Where do I start? Jessica, where do I start for this one? Put a 2, okay? Will it be a open or a closed circle? Open. What's my next x value? Joe, you made eye contact. I had to. Oh, you plug it in and give me the y value. 10 minus 2, yeah. Is 8, you're right. What's my next x value?
See.
Says that x is greater than 2. So we start at 2 and we go where? What's the next integer greater than 2? Right on. And we plug it in. 10 minus 3 is 7. What's my next integer that I'm going to plug in for x? How much? 4, yes. 10 minus 4 is, do I have enough points to plot now? Is this blowing your mind? Kind of, maybe a little. How many of you are like, what is she doing? It's okay, because now's why I want you to be like that. Kind of, sort of. How many of you are like, it's all right. You don't have to like it, but is it, understanding wise, is it, I don't know how you spell that. How many of you hate this and want to like leave class right now? Good, okay. All right, that's good. 2, 8, let's plot these points. 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, is that an open or a closed circle? Open. So 2, right 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you said it was an open circle, yes. And then where did it go? 3, 7, thank you. And then 4, 6, and then what? Draw the line. And it goes something like that, wouldn't it? What the world? Parker, what are we doing? Is this crazy? Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
For the last question, why would you consider 2 at the top greater than or equal to 2?
Because what about those points that are so annoyingly close to 2? 2.000000001. I have to show what it's getting annoyingly close to. And I show that it's getting close to 2 with that open circle. Okay? Does that make sense? Any other questions? Holy crap balls. That's a lot of something there in it. But it's just really 3 simple functions, isn't it? A quadratic, a constant, and a linear. But it's all on the same graph. What's the domain? Are you sure? Yeah? Let me go back to look now. But that circle though. That circle though. What about it? I don't understand. What about it? Why? It's not included right there. It is not included right there. But it is, but it's not included right there.
But it is below.
But it is below it. So, do you agree that it's coming from where? Negative infinity just happens to be a little woo right here when x is 2, and it's going to keep on passing to where? Positive infinity, right? So the domain, was he right in saying all reals? Yep. Negative infinity to positive infinity. What about the range?
All real.
Shut your face. No way. But it starts right there. It starts at the bottom of that parabola. Or does it? But here, But the blue line, Miss Terry, that line though, why do y'all do that? Why do you end every phrase? That line though, that hat though, why? Why though? Why do y'all do that
It's
though?
our culture.
It is your generation though. Do we agree that it is all reals? Yeah. It's your culture though. No, it's not. It's because you're teenagers though. How about that?
What do you on the strip on?
My foot, air, I don't know. My shoes, who knows? How about evaluating? -1. Did you look at the picture of the graph? Or, shoot, the picture of the function? -1. Do y'all agree that it's 1? Do you agree that it's 1? Could I have plugged it in here into the first one? -1 squared is +1. So she's right. So f of -1 is 1. What's f of 4?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How could I verify that? Plug it into which piece? Third one. 10 minus 4 is? Ding, ding, ding. 6. How about that? Facile, easier. Yeah? Cool. What's next? Ooh. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Thank you. Hey, let's just skip this one. How about example 4? Skip 3, go to this one. You just have to evaluate. What do you not have? You don't have graph. What do we do? Pardon? You don't have to. Inspect the functions. Where will we plug -2? Why? Why the second piece? It's less than or equal to. I couldn't plug it in the first one. It's like to woman. Listen, we know this. Do we know this? Guys, it's okay to talk to me that way. Because I know. Just be ready for my response. Okay? So we're going to plug into the, which one? Second one. Oh, are we going to literally plug it in? Why? Because it says 3. There's nothing to plug into, is there? So it's just plain old 3. How about f of 5? Where are you going to plug that one? But it says 3 is less than or equal to x. Or would it? What the crap does that mean? 3 is less than or equal to x. I don't like the way that looks. Do y'all? You're reading backwards. I love it when kids figure out you can read it back. I don't like the way that looks. Do y'all? Why do we not like the way that third constraint looks? Because x should go first. It should not be last. It should be first. That's what we are conditioned to understand, right? Can I rewrite it as x is greater than or equal to 3? I just need to make sure that the alligator mouth is near the x, right? We understand about that alligator mouth. I never understood it when I was a little boy. An alligator is bigger number. Well, okay. I don't know what to call it. You don't say 3 alligator 4. It's dumb. I never understood it when I was little. X is greater than or equal to 3, so where am I plugging in the 5? Which piece of the function? Into the negative x. So it's not going to be negative x, but it's going to be -5. Hey, what's the resulting ordered pairs? What are the resulting ordered pairs? And write the same. What are the resulting ordered pairs? You've got to know that. You've got to know that if you're asked that, how to get them, okay? Because remember the value that's inside the parentheses, the F of, that's your X. And when we crunch numbers, we get our Y, okay? Questions, comments? How you feel? Is it weird? Kind of a little bit, okay? What are you gonna have to do? You gotta practice. You just gotta practice, that's all. What's more important to me is that you know how to evaluate from the function itself and how to, if you see the graph, like we have here, can you determine the domain and range? That's what's important. Can you do that? Yes. After some sleep? Yes, okay. All right, so here's what I want you to do. That's not what I want you to do. Let's look at that, page 10. Page 10. Don't write that down. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. No. Hey, I want you to do 48 through 50. I want you to do page 10, 48 through 50, and I want you to do this worksheet for me. Okay? Which is just domain and range. I'm giving you a bunch of equations, a bunch of functions. All you have to do is tell me domain and range. Got it? And it's front and back. Folks, I would do that bookwork before you leave today, because the books are in here, and that way you don't have to take them home with you. Okay? Does everybody understand what you need to do? All right, so you do page 10, numbers 48 through 50, and the worksheet, the graphs, domain and range. Right on? You can work together. You can work by yourself. You can talk. Talking is good. Y'all will be so freaking loud, I'll have to tell you to shut up. Because I'm getting ready. It must be a button on my chair. But when I'm sitting there, you're like, silent. Talk. It's okay. You can work together. Got it? Okay, go. See, I told you to start talking. Bunch of little turds. Oh, do not draw. Hey guys, listen please. Shalalala. Do not draw 48 through 50. It's not necessary. Just evaluate from the piecewise function and then do the worksheet. Got it? Okay, and you may continue talking.